And hello to all my friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your mid-month update for the month of July 2022. I'm going to be using every single tarot deck that I have, the four in the middle here, my two Oracle Angel card decks on the outside there. We're going to lean on for big themes. This is going to be a very fast-paced reading, kind of lightning style, going through the signs. But if you'd like to jump ahead to yours, I do have that in the description. There's the timestamp there, as well as in the YouTube bar itself. I have it broken down into chapters for you guys so you can get right to yours. But we're going to waste no more time. The cards are already shuffled. We're going to get into it right now. First sign up is going to be Aquarius. So since they're getting this deck for the first time, I do need to ritual cut it into thirds, put it back together. That deck's ready, and as well as this deck here. Ritual cut it as well into thirds, back together it goes, and we're ready to go. So here we go with Aquarius, middle of July. Got a big theme. Aquarius is coming out swinging. Let's see, need an oracle here. Do a discard just because I have some blockages. They want it read that way. Had a feeling they did. All right, so Aquarius. It's the best card in the deck we start with here, Aquarius with the Sun card. Only issue is it is flipped around on me here. It is upside down. So the sun is trying to get through here. This July scorchingly hot sun is trying to get through, but something's in the way here. So something is in the way and berating it, getting in the way so that only some sun rays are getting through here. And they are. A very good middle of the month here for a lot of my Aquariuses, but you're not experiencing the full sun here. So we need to get that sun turned around. We got to get whatever is blocking it to get out of the way. It could be just about anything, depending on kind of what you're going through, but there's something that you could do about it to start getting the sunlight through. Maybe you have to take care of something first, like a prerequisite or something like that. They do show round and round in my Oracle Angel card here, so that's letting me know that a lot of you are dealing with stuff that is cyclical. This stuff just keeps coming back and coming back. So whether it's like just a silly example, but some of you, I'm hearing in my head like pest problems in the house. You know, if you have problems with bugs, you know, you spray for bugs, but then, you know, a couple months later, they just come back again. So it's cyclical, it's round and round. So that's, of course, a silly example, but just to give you the energy of the story that is going on here. They do show that there is kids involved here, or kids are popping up very prevalently in the middle of my Aquarius's month here. These may be your kids, they may be family members' kids, they may be kids at the place that you teach here for the summer. So a bunch of different things going on here. Also, reminder to kind of nostalgic stuff can come up here in the middle of the month for Aquarius, so it's good to remember the past. Some of you could be even visiting your old hometown or something like that, seeing family members, bringing back memories. All that's very good, and as long as it's positive, you know, you don't want to bring up memories that are painful ones and stuff like that, because it just doesn't do you any good. The past is basically best left in the past, and they do show here moving on from something and kind of putting it behind you. So that is what is getting in the way here for a lot of my Aquariuses here middle of the month, is a hesitancy to leave something behind. And it could be a person, it could be a habit, it could be actual stuff. There's something here that you guys are having a hard time parting with in the middle of July. So that is the best advice I can give you, is to work on that for my Aquariuses. Besides that, very good, especially when we get that sun card turned around, guys. Very, very nice energy. So next up here, we got Aries. Aries with this deck here. Aries, middle of July. Very work-oriented themed here for my Aries. Not for everybody, but I have double wands, and wands are the suit of your work corner. Work, business, enterprise, area of study, collegiate courses, retirement if you're of that age, learning new things, all that kind of stuff comes in here. They're showing that a lot of my Aries are dealing with some little stuff here. Nothing major, little challenges at work, maybe little challenges in the home life too, different things, mostly work corner oriented. I'm going to focus more on the other energy of that, because that is so minor. That is almost it's the pip card. It's like, it's almost the smallest energy card in the deck. So Spirit's saying, like, this is just little stuff. Don't worry about it, Aries. Okay, guys? So middle of the month, you guys are doing just fine. Don't worry about the little stuff. As we get into the Seven of Wands here, again, this is usually work type stuff. This here is being very defensive, being very guarded, trusting that you are in the right here, not taking any junk from anybody, especially coworkers, maybe even your boss. Maybe you are the boss taking some stuff from lower employees, but you really got to draw your line in the sand here. Is what they want Aries to do, is to set boundaries here in the middle of July, and that is probably the best advice I can give you to do that, is to hold your ground, stand your ground, be very defensive. It's not really the time here to be going after it for Aries. It's the time to kind of let it play out in front of you, if that makes sense. So there we go for Aries. Next up is Libra. Libra, middle of July. Big theme for my Libras. Person, not a person. Okay. Just need an Oracle Angel card and we're ready for Libra. Libra, we bring in Lady Justice here. So this is legal agreements, contracts, things that you sign your name on. Could even be like law-related stuff, court stuff, all that kind of stuff. Courtroom type deals. Now there's obviously that's a big card. There's a lot of energy attached to that. So figuring out kind of where they're going with that for you or how it applies. I would if you have no idea, if you have nothing legal going on whatsoever, this could also be the karmic definition of this card, that karma is coming back to you that is your own. So whether it's good karma coming back to you or whether it's bad karma coming back to you, they both do that, and that is prevalent in the middle of July here. But for most of my people, there's something legal that they want you to pay attention to here. There is the Queen of Swords inverted here, so that's letting me know that you really haven't been nurturing your mindset. Maybe even mental health. It needs more energy, okay? More energy up here. Work on yourself, your mental health, getting away from stress, anxiety, the stressors of life. Do not overwhelm yourself. The middle of July is doing that to some of my Libras, and I don't want it to do that to you guys. They do show good credit, so this is kind of going off of that karma card that we started with there, but it's also financial, and this is good money. It's a good money indicator. It basically means good credit. So whether it's actual good credit or whether this is good return on your investment, it's good time to move either money or energy into others, helping other people out. You're going to get it back, and it's going to be big. Okay, so very good things to see there. We end with message in a bottle. So the other side is trying to get through to a lot of my Libras, so pay attention to the signs. You will 100% miss all of the signs that you're not looking for. It's just the way it works. So if your eyes are open, you can catch little things and be like, oh, okay, I'm on the right direction. I'm walking the right path. I'm doing things the right way here. And that's the big thing for my Libras right here, middle of the month. Very good. Next up is Taurus. Taurus is next. I need a deck change for Taurus. That's going to go here. This deck is expired. Get that out of the way here. Ritual cut for Taurus. Cutting it into thirds, back together in a separate order. And we're ready to go. All right, so Taurus, middle of July. Comes in completely blocked. I will discard. They want it read that way. Okay, so Taurus, we have a social imbalance going on that they want you to focus on or to adjust. So this is going to be one extreme or the other. I'll give you both. One extreme of the social imbalance would be if you're having way too much fun, you're going out all the time, either drinking, spending way too much money, going out, buying way too much things for yourself, materialism, all that kind of stuff. The other version of this card would be that you're doing the opposite of that. Maybe you're like hermit mode. You're not going out at all. You're not having any fun. You're not hanging out with other people and other friends and other family members, where you just need that social interaction. We as human beings, we all need that. Now, that is one extreme or the other. And the key here for my Tauruses is to find that healthy balance in between here. So that is really the advice, as well as describing what is going on. I know I kind of gave you kind of the parallels here so that you can find a comfortable middle. They do show that there is a blocked new love coming into the middle of July. The key word here is blocked, so it's not really fruition based right now. This could be on a delay. This could come later, but it is new love. So this is not old love. Okay, so that's something worth noting, is that this is not somebody from before. This is like brand new love, and it's just not here right now in the middle of July. Maybe some of you are expecting it to come soon, or want it to come soon, or why can't this get here earlier? Am I going to have to wait until August? It's on a delay. So that's really all I can read for here is middle of July, and it is coming in new love, just not right now, guys. Okay, so very good Taurus there. Next sign up is Gemini. Gemini's turn. Gemini, middle of July. Okay, so Gemini is, we got they're letting me know I'm dealing with a bit of a split audience here. I usually read this more as a financial indicator, but it can also be health. Let me give you health first. A lot of my Geminis are taking health action here. This could also be part of the advice if you're not. A lot of my Geminis, it's a really good time here in the middle of July to be taking advantage of these energies that exist. Very, very full moon type of stuff. So getting rid of old stuff that maybe isn't doing your health any good, like maybe cutting out junk food, cutting out sugar, doing certain cleanses, all that kind of stuff. They have health action first. This is also going to be a money action too, but I'm going to give it to the health version first for my Geminis. Like to cover as much ground as I can for you guys here. They do show the 10 of Wands here, so this is moving forward with the lessons you've learned here through your life in regards to health. So you know your body the best. You guys know what works. You guys know what doesn't work. Focus on what does and save yourself the time and aggravation on doing things that don't work for you. Trying new things is good, but at the end of the day, if you know something that works and your body reacts very positively to it, that would be the route to go. Okay, so learning from the lessons and moving forward positively is what we show. Now going to the financial message, because I did tell you that this audience is split. This could also be money action coming in. So you guys are moving money around a lot here in the middle of July, and that is either describing what is going on or that's the advice. So a lot of my Geminis can be moving money here. You're kind of getting the green light to go ahead and do that, especially stuff that is cyclical, things that are falling under that lessons category of my next card, which is the 10 of Wands. So as long as you're not repeating old lessons, like let me give you an example. If you're going to buy a car again and you're going to go get in debt again, and you've already been through this before and you should know better by now, but you just want a new car, and this is the kind of stuff where I would say, don't move the money around. But as long as it's not falling under the action part of the cyclical part, there is very good green light here for money being moved, money action, and as well as health action. It's going to be different for my different Gemini. So you guys can figure out, hopefully I gave you enough context that you can figure out which one is you there, because it probably will not be both. So there we go for Gemini. Good, nice little short, sweet message for Gemini. Next up, guys, is Leo. Leo is coming in hot middle of July. Big theme for my Leos. Got some blockages, need a discard. They do want it read just that way. Also need an oracle here. Okay, Leo. Leos, they bring in my Hierophant card first. This is taking care of your people. Also, divine vision. You're seeing things very clearly and guiding others using your insight, using your vision. I also have higher power, so you guys are extremely here, Leo, middle of the month, connected to the higher realms. It's going to be very beneficial to you to be getting this message, these messages through, and your spirit guides and your guardian angels and all that stuff, ascended masters, all that stuff. They can just kind of download it to you much easier, like a digital blip, like bloop, and then you just, you have divine inspiration about something, or all of a sudden you know how you need to solve this problem that you've been dealing with, or help somebody else that you love solve this problem, because a Hierophant also is kind of the leader of the congregation. So he's the leader of, he leads other people, he leads his flock in the same way that a lot of my Leos are. They're saying that you need to do that here. Now we do have an emotional kind of setback here. There's something that the word failure is a little strong, but there's something that they're saying you already know what I'm talking about here. So I'm not telling you anything new. So if you don't already know what I'm talking about by saying, a small failure has occurred here early in July, this is just not part for you, Leo. This is part of my other Leos who are, because basically, long story short, I got this guy looking right at this setback here, this failure. So whatever it is, you're very aware of it. So, I'm bringing it up only so you can kind of overcome it, really. It's saying this is just a setback, usually emotional. It has an emotional pull, so you feel it very deeply. And this is something that needs to be overcome, and you can overcome this by doing things the right way. There can also be no toxicity here for my Leos, and that goes back to how strong, how high vibration you guys are. Any kind of toxic stuff in there would just kind of screw up the whole mix. It's just like a very precise kind of a chemistry, and if you add any little ingredient wrong, it just kind of throws the whole thing off kilter. We also show getting over some kind of physical either injury or getting over some kind of physical ailment of some form. So a lot of my Leos are on the mend, getting better with something here. Maybe you twisted an ankle, maybe you slipped funny on your neck, maybe you got injured more than that, but a lot of you are recovering here middle of July. So very interesting reading there for Leo. Hope you guys know what to do with that. All right, next up is Capricorn. I do need a deck change, actually double deck change here. Both of these decks are now gone, expired. So here we go. That one's out, and this one is also out. Coming in with Capricorn here, as well as this angel deck. I'm going to ritual cut both of them into thirds, put them back together in a separate order, and then they're ready to go, guys. Capricorn, middle of the month. Let's see what we have for you. Okay, so Capricorns, we have a couple different things going on here they want you to pay attention to. First one is return of a friend. There can be somebody from your past that is coming back here in the middle of July. That's very prominent for a lot of my Capricorns. Of course, not everybody. But there's another side of this that you guys are just... something may have occurred that has an emotional draw here, may have a small setback, and you guys are just really, perspective is great. You guys are looking at the good here. You're looking at the rewards that you still have versus the bad stuff. You know, your perspective is wonderful. Otherwise, if this card was turned around, I'd be telling you the other advice, you know, is that you need to fix this perspective, and it's, you know, you need to turn around and look right behind you. Things are so good. Well, they're not doing that. You already are. So you guys are really on it here with what's going on. Now, they do bring up the house. So the house and the environment, it's actually coming in very good. We want to keep it that way. So the house, the environment, the family, the camaraderie, money within the family, all that stuff is checking in very good. Even got dogs in the pictures here coming in very good. So, you know, let's focus on the good for sure. Let's start there. And they show you guys have already done that. So what more can I really add to somebody who's got it right? You know, in that case, we just push for a continuance. You guys are doing so good. Let's just continue, you know, looking at the good things. So you end up attracting the good things, and they want to focus on your home and your family and the environment here in the middle of July. Very good for Capricorn. Next up is Scorpio. Scorpio here, middle of July. Big theme for my Scorpios, quite a big one. Person, no, okay. Just need an angel, and we're ready to go for Scorpio here. Okay, so Scorpios, you know, this is not, I don't give this advice very often, but this would be probably a good time for some of my Scorpios to take some financial risks here, maybe even lottery risks. We have the Wheel of Fortune, that means good luck. And I also have for my Oracle Angel card coming in is prosperity, so that is kind of like showing you the gold. Your material needs are being provided to you. You're manifesting this stuff into reality. So this would be a very good month to, you know, I wouldn't go and drop hundreds of dollars on the lottery, but you might want to play. You know, you cannot win if you don't play. And we have kind of the only kind of reason, if you've been following my readings, you know I don't ever say this kind of stuff, guys. So for Scorpios here, this is kind of the only reason I'm bringing it up is because I have it twice. I have it twice. So I have synchronicity here, I have good luck, and I have prosperity kind of married together. Okay, so good luck. Things are moving on a good direction. Even if it's not financial, they're also letting me know that things are moving kind of through the air, kind of behind the scenes in a good level here. I have the Page of Swords here. That's my messenger coming through the air very, very soon here. Is you guys are going to get some notifications that are very important to you. This could come through a phone call, a text message, or an email. So please, Scorpio, be on the lookout for that. They want me to bring that up to you. They also want to bring up how busy things are going to get. Things are going to get busy, and you can use that energy. It's there for a reason. You know, they don't want you to be lazy. They want you to use this busy energy to get things done. That's what it's for, so that, you know, you don't have to be busy and overwhelmed and crazy busy all the time. Just right now, you know, get things done so that you can take a breath afterwards and you know, come up for air. But, you know, good luck with that prosperity card. It's a powerful start here, middle of July for my Scorpios. Next up is Virgo, guys. Good reading for Scorpio. Virgo is next. Using this deck here. Okay, Virgo, here we go with middle of July. Big theme for Virgo as well. Need an angel card, and we're ready to go. Okay, Virgo. We start with the Magician card. This is a really nice thing to see. It's one of the cards that I love to read when it's in this position, upright and coming in clear. This is the manifestor of the universe. You can manifest anything you want right here in the middle of July. You guys have the power. You guys are clicking high gear here, high frequency. It's kind of the all the stuff is aligned in just the way that you can create this kind of stuff kind of out of thin air, just like the magician does. Now, they bring up counselor here, so they're saying that you either are a natural counselor or that people can benefit from you and from learning from you. So it's very much a teaching type vibe here for a lot of my Virgos. So share that. Knowledge is best used, best utilized when it's shared and not kept in. That's pretty much what wisdom is, if you think about it. They also bring up here a social good environment, good camaraderie with friends. Some of my Virgos may be spending more time doing social endeavors, seeing old friends, spending time with family members, all that kind of stuff is presenting itself very nicely in the middle of July. I hope you guys do that. The last thing they show here is that there is a money message coming later for a lot of my Virgos, so it's letting you know if you have any kind of money kind of stuff now that you're waiting on, you may have to keep waiting a little bit longer. I don't know for how much longer, probably more end of the month type stuff, but overall, that is a really nice omen here for the middle of the month for Virgos. So there we go there. Now, I do need to do a deck change. This deck has been expired, so we close that one out here. Moving into this deck here for Pisces. Pisces is next, getting this deck. Need to ritual cut it into thirds, put it back together in a separate order, and we are ready for Pisces, middle of July. Here we go. Okay, very work-themed message here for my Pisces. They want to bring up first nurturing work. So work needs the energy right here. There's a double kind of edged message that pertains to this, in that some of you may be Pisces that are what I would call rescuers. You guys are trying to fix every little thing here, every little person, every little situation, almost, and that's good to be. But if you're over the top, you're doing too much of it. Too much of anything is not good. We want to always keep things in balance. The reason I bring that up is because in this deck that they wanted me to use for you guys, it is the Queen of Wands here that is sewing together a crow that has drowned. So it's letting you know that, there's certain things that you can fix. And then there's certain things that are just not fixable. Things that you cannot fix, or maybe even not worth fixing. So pay attention here if you're a Pisces to what it is that you're trying to fix at work, first of all. If it's worth fixing, sometimes it's not. They're showing a lot of you Pisces are at a little bit of a crossroads here with work corner stuff. So work, business, enterprise, area of study, like a new business, retirement, if you're of that age, anything with that, hobbies, interests, and learning new things can come up in this corner. So a lot of my Pisces are trying to figure out kind of which way you're going with this. And it's not like a fork in the road like this. It's kind of a fork in the road like 6 different ways here. This is my, it's my Two of Wands, but in this deck that they wanted me to use for you, it is much like a compass point here. So there's a lot of different ways this can go. A lot of different ways that you guys are trying to figure this out. You're obviously perched here. They show you as a bird in this deck, and this card here, kind of sitting on this and looking at what your options are. So a lot of my Pisces are trying to figure this stuff out in July. So I go back to the very first card here. The work corner needs your attention. It needs your effort, so that's good. But just don't put too much energy into it. Don't go over the top with it, and definitely don't try to fix things if they're not worth fixing. Maybe some of you would be better off at another company, maybe another job, maybe a different part, maybe a different directory of where you work. Maybe it's you're in the right field, but maybe you're in the wrong job, something like that. So pay attention to that there, middle of July for my Pisces. Next up is Sagittarius. Sagittarius next. Big theme for my Saggies. Very big person. Need an angel card. We're ready to go. Okay, so Sagittarius, they bring up the Justice card first. It is inverted, so this is justice that may not be served your way. This can be karmic, or this could be actually something legal that you have to put your signature on, sign an agreement. Could also be kind of court documents, court stuff, police stuff, all that kind of big legal umbrella is what they talk about here. It is inverted, so it's either saying it's not going to work out so well for you, or maybe it's just on a delay in general. Maybe it's just entering into the picture, but it's actually going to come like later. You know, for example, if you're going through a divorce, it doesn't get done right away. You know, first you get the notification. So this could be the notification of, you know, something, figuring out something legal going on here. Or also the karmic definition of this. Let's say if there's nothing legal going on for you at all, this is karmic stuff. So now you're dealing with karma of other people. And they let me know that because this is inverted. This is turned around. So this is saying that, you know, this is something that you might have to deal with that's not yours. So for some of you, they're letting me know here, a queen. So a woman, you're dealing with something that is hers. Maybe it's a sister of yours, maybe a close friend, something like that. You know, if she's going through something, like let's say, you know, she's had a really bad fight with her husband, and now they're talking about separation and divorce, and now she's got to sleep on your couch for the next week, or, you know, something like that. Obviously, that's not your karma, but it affects you because, you know, now she's sleeping at your house. Now she, you know, you got to be the shoulder to cry on and all these things. So that's just an example of how we all have to deal with karma sometimes that is not ours, you know, just because we love these people. The other thing they show here is taking action in regards to your mind. So they're saying that you guys are figuring some things out here in the middle of July, which is very good for Sagittarius. So taking mental action here, which basically means, language translation directly, is making up your mind. You guys are making up your mind with things. It doesn't mean that you actually have to pull the trigger with anything physical, but up here you're figuring things out in July, and that's what they want. So it's either describing what is going on, or that's the advice. They're saying, you know, figure this stuff out. Doesn't mean you have to do it right now. Whatever it is you're trying to do, doesn't matter. They just want you to get up here first, get it figured out. When you're ready to pull the trigger with it and actually do it, that'll be, you know, on your own timing. They do say spread your wings, so a lot of you actually, your timing is good right here in the middle of July. And, you know, it almost doesn't need to wait. So I almost feel like for a lot of my Sagittariuses, the earlier you move with this, the better off you'll be. They show spread your wings, basically. Do not hold back right now. The timing is good. They're ready for you to soar, guys. So launch. This could also be a launch of like something like a business or something like that. You know, different people launch different things. Some people launch relationships. So, but it's coming in either way. It's spread your wings. So it's very empowering to go for it. Okay, here in middle of July for my Sagittarius. Cancer is next. We wrap up with Cancer, saving the best for last, Cancer. And here we go, Cancer, middle of July. Okay, so short and sweet. They gave Cancer's brand new inspiration on its way. They want you guys to be very good and be a little proactive here about hanging on to old ideas. They don't want you to do that, you know, especially ones that haven't worked out so well for you. You know, like trying to, you know, waiting for this person to change. Are they ever going to change? Are they ever going to be the person you want them to be? That would be an example of holding on to something that is an old idea. Okay, if it hasn't worked before, why do you think it's going to work this time? That kind of energy. So it doesn't matter where that applies. I gave you a love example there. It may be nothing to do with that. It could be work. It could be a bunch of different things. But they want you to start thinking of new ideas here, regardless of where you are at, Cancer, what you got going on. They want you to get divine inspiration and get rid of these old ideas that don't work. They do show a lot of you are hanging on to some stuff that is that just doesn't really work out. You guys could do better. You guys could do so much better, which is why they want you to start thinking of what these new ideas could be, new solutions, new ways to attack problems, and so forth. A lot of my Cancers here are showing really good camaraderie. You guys are having some fun here in the middle of July with some of your friends. They show the 3 here. It could also be more than that, but it's definitely at least maybe you and maybe a couple other people quite prominently here. And the 3 of Cups here is a social health. So it's a good balance between, you know, spending time to yourself and having your space, but also coming together with other people. It's a nice balance between the two where you don't want to be one extreme or the other. You don't want to be staying home all the time, not ever going and doing anything fun. And you also don't want to be having fun all the time either and spending all kinds of money and drinking and whatever else. So this is a very good emotional balance, very good for your heart to do these kind of things and to get out with the people that you care about here in the middle of July. So that's actually showing very, very nicely for Cancers. The entire reading for Cancer came in very clear, no blockages at all. So that is going going to be the entire reading, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe so you see the future videos. And that is it for me until August. Have a wonderful middle of July, and I'll see you guys soon.